Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, we all saw it Monday night. We were defeated by the Philadelphia Eagles at Raymond James Stadium, 25-11. Packed house there at Raymond James Stadium. Good weather. We had a little bit of rain during the game, but nothing terrible. Good crowd. Playing the NFC champs last year, Super Bowl contender last year in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. Both 2-0. We came out, played pretty good in the first quarter. We stayed with the team, stayed with the Eagles. Mike Evans dropped a pass in the end zone. We could have had 7. We settled for 3. Kept it close, 13-3 at halftime. Second half a little bit different. We did score a touchdown late and a 2-point conversion on top of the touchdown. We had a safety on us when we intercepted the ball at 1 yard line. Got the ball at 1 yard line, tried to run it off the 1 yard line. Got a safety. Rashad White did. A lot of good, a lot of bad came out of it. We saw what we measured up to against the Eagles. I wasn't personally disappointed at where we were because I thought we could have got a little bit closer, maybe within 7 more. They beat us by 14. I thought we would be within 7. They manhandled us physically. They ran all over us. Vita Vea was out most of the game. He only came in periodically. We had the Greer guy, Greg Greer, we got from the Rams playing nose tackle. He wasn't Vita Vea. We had Carlton Davis did not play. Zion McCullum played in his spot in cornerback. And during the game, Jamel Dean gets injured. He's out. We got a patchwork secondary in the second half. But don't take anything away from the Eagles. They physically beat us in the front on the offense and beat us on the front in the defense. We couldn't get anything going. Our running game had 41 yards. That is terrible. We're here at Sports Talk with Cowboy. We're not going to sugarcoat it. 38 yards the first game against the Minnesota Vikings. 41 against the Eagles. That's not a running game. I want you to watch Rashad White, number 1, run. He runs down the line looking for a hole. If you got a running back in the NFL going to make it, they're going to hit that hole. He dances too much, gets caught too much. And you say, well, what do you mean? What I mean is 41 yards rushing against the Eagles. We've got to continue to do it. People say, why do you keep doing it? Because they've got to keep doing it so they know they've got a possibility of the run. But you've got to do something better with that running game. It's got to be corrected. You're going to have to get somebody that can hit that hole and see it and hit it instead of dance like Rashad White's been doing. He's not been up to par at running back, no matter what the media or the coaching staff in Tampa tells you. He's not up to par. You can go get your sheets to every other team in the NFL and look at the running back stats, and you won't see a whole team getting 41 yards on the ground. Okay, you're not going to see it. Even the Chicago Bears and the Broncos do better than that. We got to do better with the running game. Got to clean up the offense. We got to move a little bit faster. We can't be as predictable by going first down, running every play, first down. You get out there, you get the ball, you hand the ball off. Every single time you get the ball. You're going to have to change that. We all know it. The fans know it. The other team knows it. We're only 3 games into the season, so this is going to have to start. Some of this stuff's going to have to start changing. We've got a big game against the Saints this week in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium Superdome in New Orleans. A division game, a big game for the lead of the division. 2-1 Bucs, 2-1 Saints. And guess who the quarterback of the Saints going to be? Old Jameis Winston. Remember Jameis? He's their quarterback. He wouldn't be out to get the Bucs, would he? Okay, everybody, this week, big game. Let's see what they can do. They've only got 4 days of rest. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're already up there on Saturday before the game on Sunday. We're going to hope that the Bucs can go in there and play real good ball. Dave Canellis can dial us up some really aggressive offensive game plan and get Palmer, get Godwin, get these tight ends in the game, and get a running game that produces yards plus yards every time the ball gets given to a running back. Now, if that running back White can't do it, don't feel bad about bringing number 2 and number 3 in, and you do need to start looking for number 4, who, the way our running game could be number 1 real quick. If he can run a 10-yard run 3 times, he'd be a superstar. So we need some different kind of play against the Saints. I think we'll get it. I hope we're not banged up, though. We got a lot of people hurt. Vita Vea's hurt. Devin White's hurt. Jamel Dean's hurt. Carlton Davis is hurt on defense alone. We got a secondary back there. It looks like they went out the street and got people. And in some cases, they did. Okay, and then this is game 3 and the Saints. We got to really get this game in tow this week. It's a critical game because the following week we're off. We get a bye week. So if some of these injuries can maybe heal up, maybe we can get some new strategies that develop. But we'd like to be 3-1 when we get there. But it was a disappointing loss. The Eagles deserved to win. The Bucs got beat physically, both sides of the ball, all night long. So in other games, of course, you haven't heard, the Denver Broncos got beat 70-20. That's 70 points. Never been done but once before. It was 73. The Dolphins had a chance to kick and make it 73. 72 is their own record. Excuse me. They were at 70. They were at the 20 to be able to kick a field goal and make it 73. They didn't do it. 70 points the Denver Broncos gave up to the Miami Dolphins. So a lot of big things happened this week. The Cowboys let the Cardinals beat them out in Arizona. A lot of things happened. No major injuries to speak of. No major quarterbacks hurt. That's always good. And other than that, we continue to watch Denver and Chicago play. Chicago's terrible. They've lost every game. Minnesota's lost every game. Denver's lost every game. A lot of teams out there are a lot worse shape than we are at 2-1. I can tell you that. We'll continue to keep you posted. And this week's pick'em, Joe Young, again won for the second time in a row, week 2 and week 3. And congratulations to Joe. And we've got week 4s out in areas. You need to get them and put them in before tomorrow night. The shooting of this show is Wednesday, and tomorrow night's the game between the Packers and the Lions. So you need to get that Thursday night game in. And if you don't get a paper pick sheet, just go ahead, get the comments, put the winning teams in, and send it to this show, and we will post you in the contest. So get into that contest. And now we're going to go to the Tampa Bay Rays. They're in the hunt for the wild card American League. There's 3 games left after tonight's game with the Toronto Blue Jays. They're already in the playoffs as a wild card. They're 1.5 games behind the Baltimore Orioles to take the East in the American League. I don't know that they're going to be able to make the American League East champions, but if they do, they get an extra week off. They don't have to play in the wild card. But they're in the playoffs, and they're playing the Red Sox tonight, and then they're going up to Toronto to finish the season out, and then we'll be time for October baseball, and a lot of teams will go home for the year, but we won't. So congratulations to the Rays. They're getting a lot of players from Durham up there and let some of our veterans rest and see what we got in some of these players in the other divisions, getting ready to go in the playoffs and try to win us the first World Series in Tampa Bay Ray history. So that's what's going on in the Rays, and we'll continue to keep you posted about their opponent for the wild card round, which will start after next show. Now we're going to go to NASCAR, and this week they're in Talladega. Last week in Bristol. The steel cut line will be after this race here, again in the Talladega race. It's down to 12. It'll go to 8. It'll go down to 4. And it'll be the final 4, of course, in Phoenix for the NASCAR championship. In college football, a lot of things took place this week. The USF Bulls beat Rice in a real good game at Raymond James Stadium. Congratulations, Alec Golesh. Congratulations, University of South Florida Bulls, winning your second game this year, bringing your record to 2-2 after 4. Congratulations. Good Rice team, hung with the Bulls. Bulls continue to score, continue to run an offense throughout the whole game, and wound up beating Rice. They play the great midshipmen at the Naval Academy this week up in Annapolis, Maryland. We're going to go Bulls against the midshipmen of Navy, and we hope that they can win their 3rd game. And Alex Golesh and the Tampa Bay community is very proud of the University of South Florida, what they did this week with Rice. A good, tough competitor, Rice. And as far as other college games, there were quite a few. No great upsets. Florida State beat Clemson. Alabama won. Georgia won. The main teams won. No one was beaten except for Colorado was beaten by Oregon pretty badly. But Colorado gets a chance, and the Sanders will move out and go against USC this week, and hopefully we can beat USC. And I'm pulling for Deion, Fort Myers guy, Florida guy. And I'm pulling for the Buffaloes to win this game this week against USC. I'd love to see them beat USC this week. And we'll keep you posted on your college as far as any college football and what's going on this week, the midshipments for USF. And now we're going to go to the questions for this week. And the first question is from Pam from Avon Park. And Pam wanted to know what I thought about the Tampa Bay Rays' chances to win the World Series. And Pam, I think they've got a good chance if they can get through the wild card round. We've got pitching and we've got some hitting. We've got a lot of injuries also. We've got about 3 critical fielder injuries and a lot of pitching injuries. But Pam, I think if we get through the first round, we got a pretty good chance in division, and we just have to take it game by game in baseball. As we all know, it's a lot different sports than a lot of other ones. You just, one day, how the pitcher's going to do on that day. First, you got to get to the dance, and we got there. So that's the main thing, Pam. We'll keep you posted. God bless you for your question. The next one is from Avery, and Avery wanted to know what I thought about Florida State's chances to be in the Final Four. Avery, I think Florida State's chances to be in the Final Four in football is excellent, even though they have beat Boston College and now just got finished beating Clemson in some close games. Florida State continues to win. That is a great team out there, Avery, and Florida State, the Seminoles. They're the best Florida team in college football this year. No question about it. You heard it here first. And the last one is from Larry. And Larry wanted to know, KowBoy, what do I think about Miami Dolphins winning the Super Bowl? Larry, I think, and this is from the KowBoy, week 3. Larry, I think the Miami Dolphins can win the Super Bowl. Now, you're hearing it here like you hear all the things KowBoy predicts, like the ball field in St. Petersburg and other things. But you're hearing it from me right tonight. The Miami Dolphins could be in the Super Bowl. They've got the most creative, dynamic offense that I have seen in football in 20 years. They make the Kansas City Chiefs look like their old hat. That's how formidable that team is. They scored 70 on Denver. Everybody says, yeah, but that's Denver. We'll see them against Kansas City this year. Keep watching them. Keep watching them. You'll be very proud of what happens. And if they get to the championship game in the Super Bowl, remember this day, because we've called it. Thank you for your question. God bless you. DJX, what you got for me?
Well, you know what it is, KowBoy. Let's get right off into it, buddy. Is Devin Brooke the number 1 starting guard?
I think he is. I mean, the more he gets a chance to continue to play, the better he'll get.
Yeah. All right. Who's leading the NFL MVP race?
Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Tua and the Miami Dolphins are going to lead in a lot of categories this year.
Mm-hmm.
They are a Super Bowl contender. I had my money, my last dollar, and I don't despise the gambling here.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
So yes, anybody on there, Tyreek Hill, the whole receiving staff, they scored 10 touchdowns in one game. It's only been done one other time. 10.
Right.
When I seen the score 70, I couldn't believe it on my computer. I said, this got to be wrong. I had to go live to the game and see the second most points ever in the NFL game over 100 years. Second most points in any NFL game. And the guy the coach of the Dolphins had an opportunity to kick the field goal from the 20-yard line, and he would hold the record and didn't do it. Wow. So, yeah, when you score 10 touchdowns on any NFL team, 10, you better watch him.
All right, speaking of the Dolphins offense or Bills defense?
The offense of the Miami Dolphins is going to show Buffalo who the new champions of the AFC East is.
Uh-oh.
Now, everybody's going to say they're going to punch you in the mouth in Buffalo. They better punch fast because you got 3 or 4 guys with 4.1 speed up there with the Dolphins. It ain't snowing in Buffalo this week. It ain't going to snow.
So
they ain't playing the Super Bowl anywhere it's going to be snowing. Okay? It ain't snowing in Buffalo. You let them receivers get out there and go with that kind of speed. Not 1, 4. Not 1 running back, 4. 8 all-pro players. 8. Not 1. We'll double up on this guy. Wait a minute. Woo. Yeah, Buffalo's going down this week.
Okay. All right. 49ers released running back Jeremy McNichols from the practice squad and signed 3 players.
Jerry McNichols, if we could find out he was healthy, I'd bring him to Tampa Bay. Because we don't have no running backs at Tampa Bay. Okay?
Yeah.
Jerry McNichols, it's a shame that they did that, and maybe he must be pretty severely injured, I would say.
He will have to be.
He would have to be career-ending injured. Okay? Because that's how good a player he is.
All right, let's go to the boards. One key area where the Steelers' offensive line must improve.
Run blocking And support on Kenny Pickett, giving him more time to get his passes downfield, developing.
All right, some more on the Steelers. Steelers work out 4 punters, 2 long snappers.
Got to have a snapper and a punter. They've messed up on their special teams and short punts this year. That really matters, putting that punt down there. Bucs got a good one in Jake Camarda, one of the best in football, the Bucs do. And it does matter. That punting does matter. They've had punting difficulties, so now they got the long snapper and the punters bringing them in to try them.
All right, and for my last one, Debo misses practice with an apparent knee issue.
He's probably hurt. He was hurt the other day in that game. He tweaked it a little bit, and he went on off the thing, but they want to be super cautious with him and Christian McCaffrey. Of course, they're speed guys.
Right.
And certainly I did see him kind of tweak it, and he laid out on the field a minute, and then he got up, went off the field, and came out and ran a few plays. So he's probably still a little bit nicked up from that injury, but I haven't seen it on any injury report to really take him out of a game.
All right. Well, that's what I got for you tonight, Cowboy.
Well, God bless you, DJX, and God bless each and every one of you for supporting this show. Continue to send your comments, and we'll ask your questions on air. Send your put in comments, the winners of this week's pool, and put it into the show, and we'll have you down for next Thursday night, the Thursday night game, excuse me. And be with everybody out there and support the Rays these last games, and support the Bucs on Sunday. Support your neighbor and your friend. Be kind to your friend. When you can't lend a friend a hand, lend him one anyhow. We need help. We need kindness. We need goodness in this world, not evil and hate. And that's what they're trying to show us to doing. And we've got to be strong enough to go the other direction. So do that for me if you would. Till next show, God bless you, and Cowboy out.